Today on the Auto Insider, we're reviewing the 2024 Subaru Solterra. This is the first all-electric SUV from the brand, and with a little help from Toyota, this turned out pretty nicely. Now, you may notice some design cues from the BZ4X from Toyota, or maybe the RZ450E from Lexus. However, Subaru was clear and intentional about maintaining its off-road prowess with the Symmetrical All-Wheel Drive system and an impressive 8.3 inches of ground clearance. Subaru has designed this EV for families with adventure on their mind. And from the looks of things, they may be onto something. Well, it may come as a surprise to many of you. Automakers these days have begun to share technology and development strategies. Subaru and Toyota have worked together on this Solterra, the Toyota BZ4X, and the Lexus RZ450E to come up with a nice introductory all-electric vehicle. And this being one of the first, they didn't do a bad job. The Solterra does experience the same lower range that the Toyota and Lexus do. When we received this Solterra, it had about 98% of its battery life, but still right at 200 miles of range. That aside, everything else about this Solterra, pretty impressive. Now let's get to the good stuff. We've been testing a lot of electric vehicles lately, and a couple of things that I have noticed is some of these EVs don't have the performance that I've come to expect. One of the things that have been an advantage of electric vehicles is torque, acceleration, and that fun to drive aspect that EVs are gonna have to have if they're gonna wanna attract more buyers, especially if they wanna convert people from internal combustion engine vehicles to EVs. So right off the bat, the Solterra has good acceleration. Taking off, I don't feel like I'm waiting for anything, and when I get to the light, I feel like I can pull in front of just about anybody on the side of me if I want. Driving the Solterra is a very luxurious feel. Of course, it's quiet, has a smooth ride, it smooths out the bumps in the road, and there's very little wind noise. This panoramic roof lets lots of light in, and the first and second row passengers feel a little more spacious in here with all the light coming in. These front seats are comfortable and supportive. You also have heated and ventilated seats here in the front, as well as a heated steering wheel. So while Subaru is not passed us off as some luxury vehicle, there are a lot of luxury amenities here that could skew you either way. The infotainment system is reminiscent of that we see in the Toyota. The shifter here is a little bit different, and the setup here on the center console is very different than Toyota and Lexus. Just here next to the gear selector, there's a wireless phone charger with a USB charger there. There's a USB-C fast charger here just below the center console, as well as a 12-volt outlet. Just below this center console, there's also another shelf here for storage, which will make good use for families. This center console right here is not very big, but it's all you got because there's no glove box over there. The pockets have plenty of space for bottles and cups, things you want to carry along, as well as more storage in the second row, in the back doors, and behind both seats. The luxury found here in the front row, or the modern conveniences, carry over to the back seat. Backseat passengers have two USB-C fast chargers, as well as heated seats for both outboard seats. There are AC vents back there to keep the cool air flowing or the heat flowing in the winter. When that backseat is not being occupied, it does fold flat into the floor to allow for additional cargo area. Another great thing that I see about this partnership between Toyota and Subaru is both brands are known for safety. Surround view monitor that actually will maintain your speed in the Subaru when you're going around hairpin curves, deep corners, or when the vehicles around you or in front of you will stop. The Subaru will actually slow itself down without much engagement from the driver. If the driver is not paying attention, the Subaru will actually slow you down and bring you to a stop with this accident and collision avoidance system. One thing I found a little weird about this Solterra is the setup of the instrument cluster here. That's the same on the Toyota version of this, but the steering wheel actually blocks part of my view here on the instrument cluster. There's no heads-up display, so I am dependent upon the information right here on the display. And And let's stay there on the steering wheel. All of our controls are here, easy to see and easy to access. All of your phone controls, volume control, your cruise control, everything is right here, easy reach, so you never have to take your hand off the wheel to adjust any of these connections. The one thing I did have a trouble finding though was the other volume control, but it's right here on the center stack, and it's not a knob, but it is a button. I don't have to go into the touch screen to get to it. The Solterra has automatic dimming headlights, auto on and off feature, as well as automatic rain sensing windshield wipers. When the water starts, so do the wipers. EVs have this one pedal function. There's a button right here on the dash. One push of that button and it actually sets the regenerative braking function into motion. There's wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. So once you sync your phone up to the vehicle, you will have a mirrored screen right here on this huge infotainment system with all of your functions from your phone that you come to depend on. All things considered, fit, finish, and aesthetics, it's not a bad vehicle. The exterior is a little bit futuristic and fast forward. For those of you who are looking for something that's very different and you're not going to see it duplicated, the Solterra may be for you. I still have to get that fender well that's not the same color as the car. I gotta get used to that, but it's starting to grow on me. And whether you have preteens, toddlers, or almost adults, there's enough room in that second row for two of them to ride in comfort with no problem. For those of you like me with just one kid, it's tons of room in the Solterra for you. So for those of you considering an electric SUV for your future, the Solterra, with all of its convenience and safety features, as well as the attention to detail and fit and finish here on the interior, the Solterra is not a bad choice. If you're looking for one with long range, the Solterra may not be on your list. But for those of you who just need an EV to commute around town and you don't like pumping gas, put the Solterra on your list. Just don't expect long range from it.